Hello, my fellow readers. My name is Greg, and this is Ghost Readers in the Sky. I have acquired a few books over the last couple of months or so, and I thought I'd show them to you today. I have 12 books that I'm going to show you, and if I did the math right, I spent less than $15. Just slightly over $1 per book on average. I arranged these alphabetically by author's last name. So I'm going to start. This is the first one I have. This is a novel by Wendell Berry. It's called Remembrance. It's a very small, very thin novel. Mr. Berry there. I have read a lot of his nonfiction. I've read some of his poetry. I've read more of his essays, though, than anything else. I don't think I have ever read one of his novels. And so here we go. Here's a chance. Wendell Berry, Remembrance. I found a set of Max Brand books that are in the large print edition, which I'm absolutely fine with. Anyway, this is a Max Brand novel, The Lightning Runner. Also from Max Brand, from the same publisher, the same large print, I got a couple of collections of short stories. This one is called Outlaws from Afar. It says it's a Max Brand trio, and it is. It has 3 stories. They are The Law Dodger of Walnut Creek, Trail of the Eagle, and Outlaws from Afar. All 3 of these stories were written under the name Max Brand. He used a number of different pen names. In fact, Max Brand is one of his pen names. The other collection of short stories I have is called The Rangefinder. This is, again, a set of 3 short stories. So this collection includes The Whisperer, which is written by Max Brand under that name. It also has Flaming Fortune, which was written under the name George Owen Baxter, another pen name. And the third one is The Rangefinder, the title story. And it is written under the name of Peter Henry Moreland. What else do I have? Oh, yeah. This is Lord Jim by Joseph Conrad. This is an Addison Wesley publication. I don't know that I have any Joseph Conrad in my library right now. So we'll fix that. It's got a big old ship on there. Can't go wrong if you got a big ship on the cover. Right? Right. Then I got, this is F. Scott Fitzgerald's This Side of Paradise. This is in the Barnes & Noble edition. I didn't have a copy of This Side of Paradise, and I've never read it, and I saw this nice Barnes & Noble copy, and so I picked it up. They can be. What else? Oh, here we go. Wallace Stegner, Crossing to Safety. I read one of his novels years and years ago, All the Little Live Things, and I have read his nonfiction, his histories about John Wesley Powell. What was that one called? Beyond the 100th Meridian. John Wesley Powell and the Opening of the West, or something like that. But I like Stegner, so this is a nice, this might be first edition. Yeah, just glancing at the copyright page, it does look like this is a first edition from 1987, so not a old, rare classic, but a nice edition of Wallace Stegner. Oh, here we go. Another Barnes & Noble collection. This is Dracula. I did not have a good copy of Dracula, so now I do. It's the Barnes & Noble edition, which is pretty nice. This is an older rendition. I don't think it has anything on the cover of Thoreau, of Walden. This particular edition was published by Dodd Reed in 1946, and it has some really great illustrations by Edwin Way Teal. So here's a lot of these full-page illustrations, and those are scattered throughout the book. So I think that's pretty nice. I have Thoreau's, I have the Library of America's edition, but I have the paperback. I don't have the good hardback like I have with some of the other Library of America collection. And it's great, it contains everything, but it's nice to have a more solid version of Walden, and it comes with pretty pictures. H.G. Wells. So this is The Time Machine and The Invisible Man, another Barnes & Noble edition. I've read The Time Machine, I've never read The Invisible Man, so that'll be coming up soon. And finally, here's a short story collection, Masterpieces of Mystery and Suspense. It is edited by Martin Greenberg. I like these collections. Let's see who's in here, because I've already forgotten. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, G.K. Chesterton, Agatha Christie. That's some of the older ones. What he calls that legendary. And then Masters of Mystery like Ruth Rendell and Dick Francis. Yeah. Masters of Suspense. We get authors like Cornell Woolrich and Stephen King and Robert Bloch. And masterworks of crime and detection. What do we have here? Sue Grafton. Who else is in here? Mark Twain, Anton Fraser, Bill Pronzini. There we go. Lawrence Bloch. So it's a nice thick collection of short stories. Most of these authors I know and have read. There are a few that are new to me, and I always like exploring new authors through a short story. And that's it. That's the collection. 12 books for less than $15. And I will be putting these on the top of my pile of possibilities. And so you may be hearing some reviews of these soon. Thanks everybody for joining me today and watching this video. And I will be back again soon. Till then, my name is Greg, and this is Ghost Readers in the Sky.